Hello racing fans, and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB, a number one in the fixed odds betting market and a leader in the anti-post betting market as well. Well, I trust that you're all having a wonderful week and hopefully finding the winners and making some profit, and looking forward to this weekend. It is a double header. We race at Kenilworth on Saturday, where it's a massive day for our sponsor. Again, sponsoring races all over the country, World Sports Betting. It's their race day on Saturday at Kenilworth, and their two big features is the World Sports Betting Storm Sleigh Stakes and of course the World Sports Betting Legal Eagle Stakes. And we're looking forward to that race meeting. I'm sure there'll be bumper pools as well on Saturday at Kenilworth, and then we move over to Scottsville on Sunday, and another very competitive card with some horses that are entries in this year's Durban July will take their place as well at Scottsville. So that is a very interesting meeting. And where we go with our 4 to follow for this weekend on Trackside. I trust that you well, and again, looking forward to this weekend's racing. Okay, the first of our 4 runners will begin at Kenilworth on Saturday, and it is in one of the feature races on the day, the World Sports Betting Storm Sleigh Stakes. It's over 1,800 meters. It's a listed race, and we are going with a filly that ran the race of a career last time out. Her name is Going Up. She's trained by Candice Bass Robinson, and this time round, in fact, for the first time in her career, she'll be partnered by Aldo Domea. I mentioned that she ran the race of a career last time out. Well, that was the World Sports Betting Sweet Chestnut Stakes, and going into that race with a rating of 85, she punched way above her weight considering the opposition that she took on. You know, she raced against Maria Carell, that was 100 in that race, and She's a Rainbow, that was a 97, and she beat them comfortably. If you have a look at the length she's finished in front of Maria Carell, it was 5.5 lengths, and the She's a Rainbow, she beat her by 4 lengths. And rightfully, you think that the handicapper pushed up in the ratings from an 85 to a 94. So, being a one-time winner, having won on debut, and taking a bit of time to find her feet, well, she certainly found her feet in a big way last time out. And all we're hoping is that she can confirm that huge improvement and that huge run last time out when second behind Young Love, who was a 20-1 shot, I think one of the outsiders in that field from the Andre Nel stable, but won a very good race with Grant van Niekerk. All she needs to do is just confirm that last start, and I think she'll have the run of the race from draw 1. The 1,800 meter trip will be no issue for her, number 3, Going Up, and the fact that she's beaten the 2 horses that are above her in the best weighted column, I think that she will beat them again. Okay, number 3, Going Up, is where we're going to begin the 4 horses for the weekend. That comes up in race number 6 at Kenilworth. Then we move along to race number 7. Well, we're sticking with the 2 features. It's a big day for our sponsor. Why not tip horses in those feature races? This is the World Sports Betting Legal Eagle Stakes. It's a Group 3 over 1,800 meters. Now, this horse is starting to catch the imagination. I say starting to catch the imagination because he is a horse that's had 1, 2, 3 wins from his 5 starts to date. And last time out, there was solid betting support for him. Solid betting support for him in the World Sports Betting Victory Variety Club Stakes. That was a solid betting support for him. And yeah, he moved up to win it. I remember that race clearly. He looked like he had a lot of running in him. He moved up to win it, but Gem King had other ideas, and Gem King got the better of him that day. From that form line, it was Cholima who was back in that 3rd position, came through to win the World Sports Betting East Cape Derby. Yes, our sponsor is sponsoring races all around the country. The World Sports Betting East Cape Derby in Gqeberha. That's where that took place, and Cholima came through to win very well. Now, this is 1,800 meters, and many will say, well, there's a question mark. The way Gem King finished last time out got the better of him. Will he be able to see out the distance? I think what we have to realize is the fact that Brett Crawford, the trainer, has entered this horse in the Durban July tells you what he firstly thinks about the distance, because the July distance is 2,200 meters, and this horse on World Sports Betting is currently trading at around 80 to 1 in the betting for the Durban July. Yes, he's one of the outsiders in the field at this stage. He needs to get his rating up. He needs to put his name in the hat and maybe put in a big performance prior to the final field for the Durban July this year in one of the features. But the fact is, he is entered, so 2,200 meters his trainer thinks will be no issue, so 1,800 meters I see no problem with, and I'm hoping that he can now reverse the form with Gem King, who is turning out to be a very, very good horse for a pitch stain number 1, Gem King. But I'm going to go with a Future Prince. He's got a reputation. We mentioned last time out as well, there was solid betting support for him. So let's see how he goes on Saturday. He's going to be the second of our 4 to follow. So that's 2 horses at Kenilworth on Saturday. And then we go to Scottsville on Sunday. And here I picked out 2 horses as well. The first of our 2 horses will come up in race number 3. And Glenn Cotson is the trainer of the son of Visionaire, the 2-year-old, called Imposing. Now, he put in a promising debut run. That was an excellent run considering he was drawn widest of all at Greyville, and it's a very tricky course to make your debut at, and he was just left quite towards the back of the field, but he really started to catch the eye. He was the fastest finisher, running second to a horse called Vasilikos from the Paul Matchett stable. Now, Vasilikos came with a huge experience from Gauteng. In fact, his last start prior to winning last time out, he ran a decent second behind a horse called McCanter from the Stewart's Pedigree stable, and we know that McCanter has since won again. So this horse put in a huge run on debut to get that close to Vasilikos. In fact, it was a photo finish. The next stride, I think he's a winner, this horse Imposing. So all he needs to do is pick up from where he left off last time out. That first start would have brought him on a ton, and it's now extra 200 meters. I think that will be the deciding factor for him winning on Sunday. But there are a lot of first-timers in the field, unknowns in the race that I don't know anything about. But of the race runners, is an absolute standout here. Number 7, Imposing, race number 3 at Scottsville on Sunday. And then we'll have to wait till the lucky last if everything's going according to plan on Trackside, because it is race number 9 that I've picked out our 4th horse for the weekend, and his name is Petica. It is Paul Peter, who is well clear now on the trainer's log, and he's got a sizable lead, I think in excess of 4 million rand ahead of Justin Snate in the Trainers Championship. And there are feature races coming up during the KZN Champion Station where there's big money on offer. So Justin will be giving it his all to try and bridge the gap and maybe try and nab Paul Peter on the line. Well, Paul Peter is now the overwhelming favorite. I had a look at WSP and they got him deep in the red now to win the Trainers Championship, and we'll see how all that pans out over the next, 2.5 months before the end of the season. Can you believe it? We're 1.5 months away from this year's Durban July. Unbelievable how time has flown by. Okay, Petica, we will look at the form last time out at Greyville. Was a decent second. That was a good run behind Beechers, who was strongly fancied by the Guard Puller stable, and the race was won by Anton Marcus. But this horse ran well. Now, what was the deciding factor for me choosing this horse for Trackside is you just have to pull out the form line of that last start. Spy Master, second, a winner. 4th in that race, Kanise Ndlela, a winner. 5th in that race, Lake Como, won. 6th in that race, Red Soul, won. 11th in that race, Oh My Word is Roy, won. And there's been a subsequent winner as well in Mandala Effect. So the form line's looking bright, it's looking good. It's one of the stronger maiden form lines here in KZN, and I think Rachel Vinica has picked up a very good ride, and she could close off the pick 6 here with number 6, Petica. We can add to that he'll be having his first run as a gelding as well. The date he was gelded is the 23rd of March. So his last start was the 13th of March, 23rd of March gelded. He's been off for around 2.5 months, but I think Paul Peter would have certainly done the work on him, polished him up, and this looks like the right type of field for him to break his maiden. So hopefully Petica arrives for Trackside on Saturday. Okay, you got the 4 horses. that will be up on the World Sports Betting menu. I'll go to them again. It's going up in the World Sports Betting Storms Face Lakes, race number 6 at Kenilworth. Then we move over to Future Prince in race number 7, which is the World Sports Betting Legal Eagle Stakes. It is World Sports Betting race day on Saturday, and we wish them all the best. Hopefully it turns out to be a very successful race day for our sponsor, World Sports Betting. And then imposing in race 3 on Sunday at Scottsville, and then Petica in race number 8. That will be at Scottsville on Sunday. Thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And as always, on behalf of our sponsor, World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. Until we meet again, you take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Find all the winners. Salanigashle.